What's up, people? So Tesla just had a record quarter again. So Q1 2019 was pretty much the only quarter in recent history that they didn't have a record quarter. And little to say about it except for over 77,000 Model 3s delivered in Q2, over 17,600 Model S and X. So all all of the news stories that we've recently heard was there's no demand for Tesla cars. They can't deliver Model 3s. Um, Obviously, Model S and X demand is falling, so the company is just doomed. And that was up until about 2 days ago. And surprisingly, that continued after Elon said that it would be a record quarter. So I don't really understand what analysts are really going for here, except for trying to push the stock down. I don't really get it. Like, as I've said in a previous video, Elon Musk says that there might be a record quarter in Q2 2019. And the analysts are going on these news networks basically doubting what Elon has said publicly in a recording and on live television in the investor day. And you're basically at this point that no one seems to wonder about what the analysts are saying here. The analysts are implying that Elon Musk is defying the SEC, defrauding investors, and making public statements that are untrue. All of this would get him years in jail. So I don't know why no one is questioning the analysts here about demand is weak. There's no Model 3 demand anymore. Model S and X, no one wants those because they're all buying cheaper cars now because the Model 3 is out. And obviously they're going bankrupt in 10 months. So all of this is basically accusing Elon Musk of just defrauding investors publicly in a recorded and broadcast setting. And everyone just accepts that the analysts can say that on live TV all day, every day, influencing the stock price. And I don't get it. Anyway, record quarter, stock is up 8%, which is huge. So in aftermarket. So let's see what happens tomorrow, I guess, because stock market not open until for another 8 hours at this point. But already in the aftermarket session, we're up like 8%, which is, again, they went from 225-ish to 240. Not sure what the analysts are going to say tomorrow, so I assume that since the tax credit in the US dropped by half again, that demand is not there again, and that they just cannot sell the Model 3 without the tax credit again, even though, like, it did pull back a lot of demand into Q4 because the drop from $7,500 to $3,750 is huge, and the people who are buying the Teslas obviously making a lot of money to where that drop actually matters. If your income is below $50,000, you're never going to get the full tax credit. You're going to get about half the tax credit, the $3,750, which just expired. And I would also argue that that doesn't really matter in the beginning of the year as much as it does in the end of the year, because if you're buying a Tesla in December, you're filing your taxes, 2-3 months after that, getting the tax refund another 4-6 weeks after that. So there's like 4 months that you have to wait for the refund to come in. if you buy an electric car in June, you cannot file your taxes until January. They don't accept it until almost February, and then you have to wait 4 to 6 weeks to get the refund. So you're waiting like 9 months for the refund. So that's why I don't think that the dropping of the tax refund really makes any difference at this point. They pulled a lot of demand into December because the drop was so huge, and obviously a lot of people making a lot of money if they can afford to buy, Model 3 not for lease, because that wasn't a thing back then. So I think the only way to go from here is up. And don't quote me on this, obviously, because the stock price might go down, because it did go down in the first half of this year for no reason whatsoever. Q1 sales numbers were 110% over last year's Q1. After a growth of 110% year over year, the stock price dropped 40%. So obviously I don't know where it's going to go, especially short term. Long term, I don't see it going down in any way, because demand is there. So many different businesses that Tesla owns, Tesla's working on, so many markets that they deliver to now. They started delivering to China, Europe. They're starting to deliver to Australia, Hong Kong, UK. There's really no way that this is going anywhere but up. Anyway, let me know what you think. Subscribe if you want. I'm posting a video every single day, so let me know how it goes.